So we have a product called NextGel Porcelain. So this sand is dedicated for the porcelain or other natural stone. Okay, so why NextGel Porcelain? Okay, so let's go back to polymeric sand. Let's go back to polymeric sand. Polymeric sand was invented by Techniseal first and foremost. Not sure if you guys are fully aware of that. We're celebrating our 40th year, okay, on that note. But polymeric sand was invented to eliminate erosion on concrete pavers, right? So we do know concrete pavers are made out of concrete, right? We do know that porcelain is porcelain, right? You need special thin sets to lay porcelain. Would you agree? Right? So do you need special thin set for a concrete veneer or anything concrete?
Yeah, it depends on the material.
Depends on the material, right? So basically polymeric sand was invented for concrete pavers, right? So concrete pavers is made out of concrete. Polymeric sand, everybody says that there's some sort of cement in there, okay? Hydraulic cement or whatever you call it. So it does have some sort of binder that sticks to concrete pavers. So standard polymeric sand doesn't stick to porcelain. Would you agree that it's very hard to get stuff to stick to porcelain? Yes. Right? Yes. Okay, so that's the biggest challenge that we've all been faced. All the sand manufacturers is trying to figure out what's going to stick to porcelain, right? So that's when we developed NextGel Porcelain. Okay, so this has special binders that will stick to porcelain and remain flexible like polymeric sand. The biggest difference between this one and standard polymeric sand, once this cures and gets hard, it doesn't get soft when it gets wet again, like traditional polymeric sand, right? When traditional polymeric sand gets soaked, it gets in this vulnerable soft stage, right? So when this one gets set up and gets hard and it gets wet, it doesn't get soft again. The only thing that we honestly really recommend is the use of a roller compactor while installing the polymeric sand, because all polymeric sand needs to be compacted, including this. Okay, so you're going to see that a little bit later during the installation. We're going to install it with the Weber compactor, and then the activation process is going to be slightly different, because traditionally you're going to use a garden hose to activate polymeric sand, right? Well, not in this case. You're going to use a pump sprayer to activate the joints. The reason for that, this stuff takes on water so well that we're afraid that if you use a shower nozzle, you're going to oversaturate the joints, because porcelain does not absorb any water. Like when I started activating those joints, the concrete actually absorbs some of that water. So if I'm out here spraying that water on this porcelain, you're going to have too much water on the surface.
Yeah, I think it'd be great.
Does that make sense?
Background.
And I know when people say, "Oh, pump sprayer, feel it's going to take forever." Honestly, it's pretty quick, especially if you got two guys with a pump sprayer. So let's just say if I'm going to activate this, I'm going to start at the lowest point. So one guy focuses on these lines, one guy focuses on these lines, and you just work together. So you're going to see me, I'm going to activate this whole thing by myself with a pump sprayer, and you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about on why it's so much more efficient that way, as opposed to just going with a water hose and just making a mess. This is the gray. So what they want me to do, just so you guys have an idea, they want me to put the gray all the way up this row, and we're going to save our light color for that lighter stone. Okay, but I want to show you guys something. Remember I told you this is made with ultra clean technology? So I'm going to show you guys something. You guys saw the dust over there. I mean, that wasn't that dusty, but look at this one. This is the gray. This gray and that gray are different. So I'm gonna answer the question because I know it's gonna come. So like obviously if you're a designer and you got porcelain pavers next to concrete pavers, but you want to match this, you can absolutely use this on your concrete pavers to match the same color. But it's not the other way around. You don't want to use the HP NextGel over here, because this is what we recommend for porcelain. But if you need to match the color, you can certainly use this on the paver. Okay, but I just want to show you guys something. I don't know if you could zoom in on this. I want to show you how clean this product is. How clean this product is. I'm going to pour it from a distance, and you're going to see how clean this stuff is. You guys see dust? Very minimal, right? Very minimal. Very minimal. That's the ultra clean technology. That's why it absorbs water so much easy. Okay, very clean technology. So this right here is going to be for that area right here. So we're going to use this, all that gray, everywhere. Where's another broom? You gonna give him a hand? So all the way gray here, all the way up here, And then we're gonna use that bag for here, okay? Oh yeah, so the benefit of this one, guys, when it gets wet, it doesn't get soft. So I've seen guys power wash this with a light pressure washer and it doesn't come out.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, it gets hard like grout.
Are they ever merge these two products, Felix, so it's a one-stop-fits-all, or is this?
Again, remember I told you about the roller compactor? You can turn it down. Obviously, I'm going to turn it up a little bit because you're not trying to get you're not trying to get the portion to go down. All we're trying to do is getting the sand to consolidate, okay? So I can turn this thing a little bit higher, and that's all you need. You're not trying to sink the porcelain. All you're trying to do is get the sand to go down. You're going to run the roller compactor. You're going to run the roller compactor multiple times until you stop seeing the sand go down. So like I explained earlier, guys, as far as the activation piece, you're going to use a water pump, a backpack sprayer. You don't want to use a traditional shower nozzle because the shower nozzle is just way too much water. This sand, you saw how clean it has no dust in it, so the absorption rate, it's going to suck water so quick and so easy. So if you use an actual shower, you may overwater it because the porcelain doesn't absorb any of the water. So I'm going to start down there. So I'm going to go 1. See how it sucks up that water? 2, about 3 little passes, and how it just starts staying on the top. That just tells me that's pretty much all. So about 2 to 3 passes. See how it sucked it all up? See that? Do you guys see all that?
Yes.
So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So 1, and when you get 2 guys, one working on the straight, one working on like the vertical, one working on horizontal, you'll get done a lot faster.
Now, gray is still kind of universal. It can go on almost anything. We didn't want to try and we didn't want to do a light one here and then another dark, and so we wanted to just do a section of gray and then do that one right over there, the pearl white.
Once you start to see it puddle on the surface, that's pretty much telling you, hey, I can't take any more water.